back to Invisible Walls, podcast all about breakthrough, current events, and anything we can to motivate, inspire, or to get you to talk, think about change, development, growth, progress, any of those positive words. Not just for yourself, for your community, for your environment, for your family. Anywhere we can help you improve your life, that's what we hope to do.
And who are we? I am Brandon Pham, and this is...
I'm Larry Charles.
And today we're going to talk about an issue that was happening within the last week. I haven't seen this yet. I've only heard about it. And so you're going to get a live reaction from me, but we're going to break it down to see what is up. And I was surprised to actually see where it took place. So before
showing the video?
Before showing the video, can you kind of give us some context?
So I found out about this event that occurred. It sounds like it was in San Francisco Bay Area. There was an African-American gentleman waiting by an apartment, minding his own business. Then you have an individual who apparently was a resident of the apartment. This person was not African-American, quite inquisitive as to why the African-American gentleman was just kind of waiting around the apartment. So from inside the apartment, he calls out to him like, "Hey, what are you doing here? Who do you know? What are you doing? What's going on?" The guy's like, "Oh, I'm waiting for my friend." So then the resident inside comes out, "Oh, who's your friend? Where is he? If he's here and he lives here, he's going to be on this call directory. Why don't you call him so he can come out and get you?" Yeah. And so the guy is like, "Oh, just waiting for my friend, yada, yada." And so the guy's like, "Well, I'm calling the police." And then the son of the resident is like, "No, Dad, please don't do that. It's okay. It's no big deal." Yeah. The son has more sense than this, dignified man who, calls the police, tries to get police involved to come check out why this African-American person would have the audacity to stand near an apartment building, wait for a friend. Yeah. And while all this is going down, the kid is like full on crying now because his dad is like doing something so rude and so racist and prejudiced. And all of a sudden, the friend that the guy was waiting for like comes out, and I guess hilarity ensues from that point on because now this person realized that they've just become a meme. Yeah. They have become part of a very viral moment. Yeah. It's these types of acts don't go unpunished. They are internet gold mines. It seems like these days. Whenever we find I forget the names that they call them. They name the action after the guy, apartment attendant Al, or a poolside Patty, or I forget these names, but stuff like that. Barbecue Becky. Yeah, exactly. So now we have a new meme apparently, but let's get into the video. Let's get some context so that we can have some discourse. Yes.
All right. Let's just show the video. I have some thoughts too.
Okay.
Because obviously, I would like to know what. Where are we? Right here. Right here. Let me close all my porn tabs. Give me a second.
Don't close all of them. Just the ones we don't need.
All right, so let's say the video. Hopefully you guys can hear this. This is me watching it for the first time. So it'll be good for me to kind of see this too, obviously.
Once it's loaded up.
Now you're getting your sound being recorded.
Great.
I remember.
Please call your friend on the call box and have them come down.
Wow, he has that face
you
too.
You can just walk away.
I'm going to call the police.
Oh, yes. Call the police.
Oh my God, it's a little boy.
You're just gonna be personal
I was thinking a teenager when you're telling me.
And you have your son with you. That's why I asked you if that's your son. It's better. I would.
That guy's putting his son in danger, by the way.
Yeah, let's say
I have a trespasser in my house. Is what.
All right.
I have a trespasser in my house.
Even if I was in this guy's shoes.
Yeah.
If I really think this guy's a threat, why would I hang around there with my kid right in front of him? It makes no sense.
There's this aura of protection that he believes.
Yeah, I don't understand. Are you bulletproof?
No, I'm serious. There's this. That's why.
An entitlement type of thing. What do you mean?
I say that half jokingly, but half truthfully, because a lot of people will make such grave steps because they don't believe that there's punishment or recourse that's going to happen for them, even if they're wrong. They don't believe that anything should happen. They'll say, "Oh well, I am supposed to notify the police of someone suspicious, or I'm just exercising my right as a citizen, or there's always a I'm just that people feel like they can fall back on."
What happened to the good old days of actually
them from being a total dick?
Feeling and looking threatened. It's like, I would be behind the bushes. Hey, there's some cops. You guys gonna bring your... Hey, shut up, kid.
I'm here with my son.
It's I don't understand. I would never be in a position if I felt... So All right, let me review this because we actually didn't
We should-
switch screen.
Yeah, I think we got the CNN like.
Yeah, we
so we're
saw
gonna
what
hear the
happened. So
CNN
let's get back.
Or
to
what
where
I'm
we
saying
were.
is,
Yeah.
we should try to find the long version because
this is the short
They're gonna
version.
cut
Okay.
to yeah, gee, here at CNN. Oh, this
I
we
see,
just
I
saw
see.
the video of. You know what I mean?
I see.
Halfway down the video.
All right,
we're
let's
gonna
go to Larry Cam. I gotta find the video real quick.
All right, so Larry Cam is number 3 today. Obviously, I can say that like I feel a certain type of way about this type of thing. Is it new to me? No, it's not new. I see this type of thing happen quite often, especially when they go viral. You experience things like this yourself when you're minding your own business and people think that they have the right to just question and wonder why you specifically are minding your own business, not the other people who are minding their own business, but why you specifically are minding your own business. And that's always been a troublesome thing for me. We're gonna pull up the video, but
under a special name.
you should be able to. It should pop up. It's pretty potent right now. One thing I will say is that like going back to the man, right? To have this conversation, which he knows is not going to go well, right? To tell somebody, I believe you're a trespasser, and I'm going to call the police on you, with your son, and all you do is just pull up your cell phone, like I'm calling the police because me being on the phone with police is going to stop this person just throwing a haymaker at me and then leaving my kid by himself to fend for himself while I'm knocked out. You know what I mean? That thought didn't cross his mind. Or that, the fact that even if he was wrong and this gentleman is recording him, that he could end up as a national headline. That thought didn't cross his mind. That is just batshit crazy to me that like people don't think about what happens when they make bad decisions.
How long is the video?
It's probably like about 7-8 minutes, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna try to help Brandon grab this video clip. But yeah, you can't, man. You got to think long term, especially in the age of the internet where mistakes are forever. You have to think about your long term strategies. Play chess. Play more chess in what you do. Play a lot of chess, and I'm using that as a metaphor, as in don't think about what the advantage of moving your pawn 2 squares ahead at the start of the game means for you. Be like, haha, I'm commanding this opening presence and I'm getting, great positioning. Like, no, think about when the end game, think about what all these moves lead to in your decisions when you speak, when you take action, or like us, when you start any sort of media show and offer your opinion online all the time. You have to think about, the last domino, let alone the first domino. So, as when dominoes fall, things that lead to things that lead to things that lead to things. Think about the whole sequence of events as much as possible. And I think that would help a lot of people make better decisions in life. And that's a breakthrough opportunity right there.
Now,
So I think we got the video pulled up, do we?
I see a 3-minute video.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is unbranded on YouTube, so this should be good. You've got camera control, so if you want to. All right, guys, so watching the podcast, obviously on Twitch, you guys are going to be able to see the video. I will be quiet so that the people who are just listening to us, in an audio form some other time can actually hear the events go down. You don't really need to see much. You'll have just as much disbelief if you hear what's happening. All right, so Brandon's coming back.
All right.
And then again, this is Brandon's live reaction, so
What?
I'm so ready for you to be surprised.
This guy's a YouTube employee.
No way. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
So I'm looking through the search engine.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
he's on. This is not a way to work for YouTube, bro.
Oh, man.
You're so fired.
Get ready for the boilerplate.
He just has that face, man. I'm all about the eyes, right?
You know who he looks like to me in that frame?
Yeah.
And God bless the dead. What's his name? Chris Penn. What's Spicoli, man? Sean Penn's brother. What was his name? Was it Chris Penn?
Who? Sean Penn's brother?
Sean Penn's
yeah,
brother?
something like that.
Yeah. He reminds me
He
of
does
Sean.
kinda- he has that face, yeah.
The
It's
rush
the
hour.
eyebrow, yeah,
the rush
yeah,
hour.
yeah.
I got C4 in the trunk face.
Yeah.
It's a hot ticket.
So let's play this right now.
I remember.
Can you
I
please
remember.
call your friend on the call box and have them come down?
They don't have to do that. You could just walk away.
I'm gonna call the police right now.
Oh yes. Call the police. Remember
Wow, his son.
that I remember this exactly happening when I used to live in my own condo, and then people used to call the police all the time.
Sir, I'll hold the door here for you while
That
you
is
call your
okay.
friend.
Nobody's asking you to hold the
He
door.
does have
Do
a, like-
whatever you want.
The confidence.
But I'm recording you right now, and you're going to be the next person.
don't need to threaten me.
I'm not threatening
He
you.
called it, dude. He's like, this is viral gold.
The next person what?
You're just gonna be the next person on TV. Just remember that.
They have
You
his
had your
full
son
name
with you.
out
That's
there.
why I asked you if that's your son. It's better.
you pause it for a second?
I will delete this.
Can you pause it for a
There's a
second?
trespasser in my building.
Oh.
To leave and he's, filming.
Listen
I
to your
need
son.
So there's one tactic that I hate more than anything is when somebody pokes the bear, and when the bear finally acts like a bear, they play victim.
Yeah.
Right? Did you hear the guy? Are you threatening me?
Yeah.
They're like, are you seriously gonna? You hear this shit?
I don't understand.
Is that you said
dude.
I'm gonna be the next guy? What? Like he's trying to turn leverage on himself. And who was the girl that did that shit to LeVar Ball?
Uh-huh.
I forget it. Was it Tommy Lauren? No. Oh God, I can't remember.
Tommy
this girl's
Lauren.
name. It was
Isn't
a,
it like,
it was a
The Hills?
sportscaster, female.
Whoever,
Yeah,
right?
I'm so sorry I don't know her name because it's important to this case. But like
Okay.
as she's interviewing and like commenting on LeVar Ball being a bad dad, and she's like, "You're a bad dad," and like you did this and you did that, and you don't think your kids should be able to choose this and that. And so LeVar is like having to defend himself. And I actually don't think he's a bad dad. He got his kids in the NBA,
And they're all known.
He got his son.
Yeah.
Sure, one of them went to China and acted up, but obviously, I'm assuming behind closed doors that kid got an adjustment.
He's making moves, yeah.
Yeah, so LeVar Ball is looking out for his family, regardless of you not liking how.
Wait,
he
so
talks,
did
how
he turn
speaks.
when he turned the script?
So he essentially just said, "I'm not talking to her. I'm ignoring you. I'm going to talk with this gentleman over here because of
Right.
X, Y, and Z."
Right.
And he was like, "No, I'm afraid of you." And he said something along the lines of like, "You're the type of person that's going to get what's coming," or something like that.
Right. Oh, I see.
And so she like used that as an opportunity to leverage, like, I've been attacking you this whole show. I've been demeaning you as a father, demeaning your character, putting down your brand. Now you defended yourself, right? Like, I've antagonized you. You defended yourself by saying, he tried to avoid at all costs dealing with her. And then he says, like, you're going to see what happens or something like that. And she was like, "Are you threatening me?" And then like, I remember just the way she said it in the voice and like how that carried on for weeks of her trying to take the position of she got victimized and bullied by him. And anybody who watches the clip, you clearly see that like he was chummed
Let's pull
to a
up the
shark.
clip.
Anyway,
we
get to that next.
We'll do this after for sure. But it is true, man. We're in a crazy culture right now where it is scary if you are belonging to a group that is in the minority group, right? And I see this from both sides, but obviously, only one group is actually being affected by the reactions, right? But yeah, LeVar Ball doing that and saying that after the fact he was being insulted and unfairly treated as a guest on the show too, and she's obviously trying to trigger him.
Yep.
And get a response.
She gets paid.
Yeah.
She gets ratings.
Right.
She gets views.
Exactly.
And she also gets to play victim.
Right.
And boost her own.
It only helps her case. And so was the press attacking him for just that sentence without kind of explaining?
It was a very polarizing kind of press handling because there's a lot of people
very
that
easy.
don't want to like him.
Yeah.
So they took that as an opportunity too.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of people who watched it like, actually, no, this girl's being like quite an asshole. And I think that episode was where the "stay in your lane" came from. Like he has another meme added where he's like, "stay in your lane," but like the way he said it to her was like, "stay in your lane." Like, we're over here talking about X, Y, and Z, and she's like way off camera anyway, right? Like LeVar and another guest or another host are at a table, like about this far away.
Right.
She's like halfway across the room in the back,
The hell?
yelling questions.
The Weather Channel
From
girl?
behind glass. Oh man, the whole setup was just anyway. Let's unpack that as well.
We'll go back to that in a sec. Let's look at this.
That's a good one.
But yeah, man, like I don't understand. Like, have you faced this type? Well, I'm sure in small ways, but or even huge ways. But for me, like, if I'm actually threatened, right, even with just or unjust cause, I wouldn't stand in front of a person and do all this. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, I think this is a fucking trespasser. Yeah. I am legitimately scared.
With my son.
I'll be hiding in the bushes.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere where no one else can help.
To me, this is kind of imposing authority without having any type of. It's like really stepping on someone's neck to make it known.
Here's what I see in a decision
because he's not
like
ready
this.
to throw it down, right? He's not like the type of guy. He works at YouTube for God's sake.
Here's what I see in a decision like this. when African Americans think about the police, when they think about dealings with the police, they don't give the police the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
They give the police the doubt until a benefit is seen. Like, oh wow, that was a good cop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the sentiment. And I'll just speak for myself. It's like I've seen repeatedly through national media, through friends and family, and through my own personal experiences that I always have a I hope this doesn't go bad response to whenever police get involved in anything that I'm doing, regardless of if I am in a situation where I need police or don't. Even if they're coming because I know that I called them, I'm also like, but if I get the upper hand and I wrestle the gun away and I'm holding this guy down until the police come, oh my God, there he is! Pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
Oh, are you okay, Mr. Guy holding a crowbar, dressed in all black with a bag full of stuff? Oh man, oh, are you okay?
Yeah,
okay.
you'll be the
cat burglar looking guy.
For sure.
So glad we shot that guy. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, if I jump in any 2 seconds, you'll be the one shot for sure.
So that's one perspective, right?
Yeah.
Now this gentleman on the phone right here,
Yeah.
do you think about when he thinks about police, he gets to talk, he gets to explain, he could touch a cop and say, "Oh yeah, pal."
The cop will
and
go to him and like, "What's wrong?"
Exactly.
Instead of the other
He
gentleman.
still gets treated like a person for the most part. And so he has no problem calling police ever for anything because it doesn't go bad for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have those same experiences.
I guess it doesn't matter. This is in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean,
Bro.
is that surprising to you at all?
What's surprising is like his kid has way more sense than he does. And so that gives me hope that like maybe that guy missed the boat, but his kid is like, "Hey dad, it's cool, man. What does it matter if you think this guy's here to steal or whatever, cool. You looked at him, you got a description and you called the police. Awesome. Even though that's a shitty thing to do, I'm not going to lie and say that like if ever you were in a position where you legitimately thought somebody suspicious was up to no good and you called police.
But is this guy ready to throw it down? Like,
No,
what's the point of confronting someone?
He doesn't think he's going to have to throw anything down. He believes that it's only going to go good for him no matter what,
But
even if he's wrong.
I don't understand that part. If there was a legitimate threat and this guy gets confronted, and let's say he is a trespasser, that dude is ready to like kick you and your kid down and then run for it, right?
Sure.
And how can you approach a situation like that and be completely hands in your pocket, face to face with your kid right behind you? Like, that's such crazy child endangerment to me.
Yes, that's the first thing.
If that's
I
the
think
type of
about.
thinking, yeah.
That was the first thing I thought about was that his son is right there. He's like, he swings distance away. He has no idea about this person. He's already judged him to be a threat.
Even if he thinks, yeah,
and he's like welcoming this like very authoritative discourse, hiding it behind polite terms like, "I'll hold the door for you, sir," while you do the thing I'm demanding you to do.
Yeah. What?
Man,
It's such a weird.
It's bad.
Friend of mine. People used to be scared and stay scared,
Yeah.
or they either feel powerful and stay powerful.
Yeah.
It's such a weird juxtaposition to be confronting your
Look, I'll say this
threat,
I don't,
but be okay with the threat not throwing it down if they have to.
I don't understand his decision making.
It's really weird.
I think
yeah.
all of it clearly is wrong.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't have and I'm an African American who have already admitted that like I don't like having to deal with police whatsoever. I still encourage people, if you're in a situation where you feel like you legitimately need police, you should call police. Because I also know that the police should be the ones who are like, let us assess,
to engage and
let
assess,
us handle, and then let's deal with. I might get shit for that, but like I believe that the system should work. I use the word should. It should work.
Yeah.
I should, as a concerned citizen, be able to call the police. The police come and be like, "Oh, no problems, everything cool. All right, cool, man. Have a great day."
Well, let's be honest,
Sorry
man.
for
Like,
the inconvenience.
Personally, for me, right? For me to see something suspicious and call the police would take several steps. It's like, if I even see someone that I haven't seen before, it's just someone I haven't seen before. Like, I wouldn't go as the next step to call the police because I don't know. Maybe it is part of being a minority. It isn't the first thing I feel like the police are here to protect me. And it's not like I have a hardcore prejudice against police or anything. It's just like it feels like a 911 is the last recourse, right? possible in every situation. So even it would literally have to be someone with a crowbar, clearly demonstrating some thievery.
Just fixing this window with
exactly. Or there's someone
Don't
like
mind
with
me.
freaking bandages on their eyes and they're just hanging around the place looking suspicious, right?
Yeah.
And suspicious at legitimately with
Like,
jumpsuits and
old
like
school
there's a lot of
suspicious.
matching jumpsuits going on
Shifty
around my building.
eyes, Cro-Magnon
For me
brow.
to go to the extra step and be like, let's call the fucking police because something's not right.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Bro,
it's so triggered.
His threshold is so low.
It's so low.
Black man standing by apartment. Oh my God. Black man standing in line. Black man next to a mailbox.
But there's so many black people in San Francisco. How this is? I teased about this when you were telling. Oh, it must be a tech geek. Literally a tech geek, because San Francisco is going through like this
Silicon Valley
turnover
bubble.
of like a lot of locals just being pushed out because of the prices.
Yeah.
A lot of tech companies kind of ushering talent from all different parts of the country, and the very culture of San Francisco is kind of being deleted, right? And so, yes, I can see with that scenario, this guy, even if he's been there for a while, he's not used to San Francisco being pretty damn diverse, right?
Yeah.
And pretty open and caring, right?
To his son, man.
But his son, if anything, demonstrates like
I want to
like
send his son
he definitely hangs out with
Lego and all
different
kinds of
types
stuff. Like, hey,
yeah.
keep fighting the good fight, young man. Like, if I could find a way to reach out to the son and do something nice, I actually want to.
Yeah.
Because his son's probably going through it
You
because
want
his
a new
dad's
dad?
going through it.
Let's watch this.
Go. It's the better. I agree with him, Dad.
Whoa, that's
You saw him just push his son.
yeah.
Shut up, kid.
Well, it's like the kid is reasoning with him.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He's crying.
Why he's crying?
Standing in the lobby.
I don't like this. Let's go.
No. So I think at this point he kind of feels like maybe I'm not doing the right thing. I can see it in his eyes, but he's going full on committing to the task here to kind of show the upper hand that he's serious.
Here's the thing, right? What happens if he's wrong? Other than the social media dragging, right?
Yeah.
Which he might not be considering at that moment.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Yeah.
He's just considering what happens if I call the police and I was wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on in his eyes. Yeah,
Want to
yeah,
get some
yeah,
ice cream, son? That's the other half of the day for him.
Yeah,
So there's no loss for him.
yeah.
I tailgated to the door.
He appears to be African American.
Appears to be this guy. You know how you can spot a racist? Where you like have to like assess what color they are.
Yeah.
I love how people like save that as the last part of the detail to kind of mask the fact that's the first thing they saw. Yeah,
dark hair,
that's how you
dark
can. Yeah, that's how you line.
You know, like and then he's black. Yeah.
I'm Asian, bro.
Dude, I actually don't look.
I don't understand.
I was telling
it's
Jenny
so
this
funny and
actually
clear, yeah.
before she left. I was like, if someone were to be like, "Hey, can you go tell that black guy like I need to see him?"
Yeah.
Or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's my friend. That black guy right there.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Because if that's the easiest way to immediately
It is
identify.
clearly the easiest way.
There's 90 white people.
I hate
and
when
me.
people like dodge the visual
Bro, it's
cues.
okay. It's actually not.
It's
that
like, what
bad.
is he like?
not-
It's like a Key and Peele
he's got a-
skit, dude. He's very strong.
It's actually that's one of the ones where I'm like, it's okay, man. You can call me black. I know I'm black. I'm in this room full of not black people. It saved you 10 minutes, and the message got to me that my friend is here, and I'm gonna go see my friend. It's
He
cool.
appears to be African American. What are you talking about?
Piers.
Oh my god.
You don't know, Brandon.
Maybe Latino. Very dark Latino.
Oh my goodness.
What? Oh, man,
Well,
these
maybe the
people are
guy's
so
light
funny.
skinned. I don't know, because you don't see him. This is from he hasn't been on the camera yet, right?
Yes.
So like maybe he's light skinned black.
Black is black.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
Yes.
just saying. I don't mind.
Giving you the benefit
I don't
of the
mind
doubt.
turning over the other cards
Fine.
to try to help the guy because he's about to get dragged.
35, software engineer.
Pink polo shirt and
Oh, he's a software engineer as well? They work in the same building. It's like, Joe, I've been working.
I would love it if that guy was his boss.
You have to be here for when they call him.
he's filming me and refusing to leave and saying I'm going to be the next person on TV.
Yes, sir. You don't remember this? The girl that was like,
I love how, if this guy really works at YouTube, how he doesn't understand the viralness of the situation. Like I need to redo research. Does this guy really work at YouTube? Because that is a huge fact right there.
Well, let me ask you this: how often do you think this guy gives a shit about
This
a
type of
viral
situation.
expose where somebody was racist against a black person?
Right.
And this, I'm assuming here, I don't know this man, I don't know his mindsets, I don't know his ideals or morals, but I'm basically saying this based on the behavior I'm seeing displayed in front of me. How often do you think it comes across his radar with any sort of intrigue? They're like, oh man, poolside Patty, oh, I feel bad for her, I should reach out. Like, he probably doesn't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
He probably doesn't see those articles. He probably doesn't care.
Right.
Because he would have had ammunition against doing what he's doing. He would have had, like, some, oh, shit, that's
Yeah.
right. We do get dragged,
Yeah.
as the kids say.
Yeah.
We do, get exposed. We do lose our jobs.
Yes.
Let me be a little more discreet about this. I have a family to provide for.
Right.
I have a son to protect.
Yeah.
Nope. This is first time. This is new territory.
What was the point of this? Like, I guess I don't understand, man. Like, even if I try to put myself in his shoes, what is the desired outcome where I feel safer? Right? It feels like it's more important for him to be able to tell the gentleman to leave and then make him do so than to feel protected and be safe.
I just,
from this.
I think he handled it all wrong. I think he wanted to feel like he's a hero. And
To
like,
who?
He already knows that this guy is wrong. Like, in his mind, he's already decided that this guy is up to no good, right?
Yeah.
Without proof. The guy said, I'm waiting for my friend. Okay, well, prove it. Put him on the box. Like, you don't have
crazy.
any authority to even say something
Why
like that.
would I even care?
It's
I would never see anyone by apartment building just standing there saying they're waiting for a friend. I wouldn't even approach to ask. It's an apartment building.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 activities that is outside of your need to know basis
yeah.
that you should never really have any context over. It's like, it's insane. It's like,
Bro.
literally, if I don't see anyone strangling or with a crowbar breaking into an apartment, and even if I do see people breaking into apartments, like, you forgot your keys? Like, I don't go to, like,
Yeah.
No, if they have gloves or no gloves, that's how you're gonna tell. It's like no gloves. Oh, you forgot his. I do that too, dude.
Yeah.
It would.
Stocking cap on the face or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't. It would take so much for me to jump to the conclusion that I'm witnessing a crime
Yeah.
in broad daylight.
Well, and he did the sneak in. Let's start with that. Let's just say, because we don't see the video at that point.
Right.
So let's give the white guy credit here.
Right, and we
I
will
don't wanna
read
just
his
say the white
official
guy.
statement
Chris.
after the fact.
So
after
let's
this,
give Chris credit here and saying let's say the guy did the sneak in. Everybody does the sneak in. Come on. Have you never hey, hold that elevator?
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me?
and go
Or
into the
"Oh,
apartment,
hold
yeah.
that door real quick.
Yeah.
Or just to save the inconvenience of being on the actual outside,
Yeah.
dealing with the weather or dealing with the sun, versus still waiting for your friend in
Yeah.
the air conditioning
Yeah.
or in the lobby.
Of course.
Come on, man.
Even then,
Man, I've done that so many times.
So
And
many
when
times.
people do it, I hold the door. Like, oh, here you go. Because I know that people lock their doors.
Yeah.
Right? I know you're just going to the lobby. You
Dude,
might get to the bathroom.
it's 500 apartments, man.
know?
I'm one of 500. You're not gonna get me, even if you do. It's
Oh,
just,
Lord,
just so
dude.
many steps
Chris, man.
that are already protecting you.
Chris, you could have done so much better, brother. You could have done so much
I don't
better.
understand, dude. If you're worried,
Yeah.
like, you wouldn't be there with your kid like that.
I think that's really the big thing for me is like
That doesn't
his
make sense.
attitude and the decisions that he made, he knows are wrong. Right?
Yeah.
I'm super worried that like his son was 2 feet away from danger.
Yeah.
Even with the dad being there.
Yeah.
You're still taking a gamble.
Yeah.
You don't know that you could beat that guy. You don't know if the guy has a knife, gun, or crowbar.
This
or
dude
X, Y,
cannot
and
beat
Z.
the guy. I can see it.
Even if he could.
Yeah.
It's not going to be instant. He's
Yeah.
not George Masvidal.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
just going to.
It's gonna take a
You know what
while.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna take. There might be a fight, even
No.
if he wins the fight, even if it's an easy fight. Who's to say though that something doesn't happen to his kid?
Yeah.
And he's supposed to protect his kid. He's
This guy's
supposed
a
to
shit
protect his
starter,
family.
dude. The way his kid's reacting,
Bro.
I feel like this kid have seen this a few times, where his dad is
Well,
acting compulsively, and because if my son was witnessing me doing something like this,
and tried to help you not do it,
right?
and you just ignored him and like.
Yeah, well,
"Oh,
not just
son."
that. Like, my son wouldn't be so prepared to give his opinion. You know what I mean? My son will be watching, like, what's going on? Dad is in control or not? Like, what's going on? But he wouldn't be trying to stop me. Like, it feels like there's a lot of practice to get to that state. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, Dad, come on. Not again. No, don't do it. You know, there's something there. Like, why are you fucking up again, Dad? No. Like, it takes several steps for a kid that age, because he looks like around 8, around my... To step into adults and actually give an opinion, right?
Yeah. I'm telling you what, man, that kid... You're welcome at my barbecue anytime. Whatever food you want, whatever
this should
whatever
be a barbecue
you want. Seriously,
all these viral
throw
guys.
down just for that kid right there. Seriously,
There should be a support barbecue for all these viral guys.
My family,
barbecue Becky will be cooking.
Yeah.
Oh
no, fuck that. She's not invited. But that kid.
Yeah.
The way my family works is if we like you enough, your cousin.
Yeah.
Just CUZN. Oh, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
Yeah. Well, let's finish this. And we'll give a statement to see his point of view and dissect that out.
You know that's illegal now, right?
510 470722.
Yeah, that's illegal to call cops
He
on
said he's
African
here for a
Americans.
friend. He said he's waiting for a friend. And
Is that
Yes.
illegal?
dial on the call box.
Is that really a rule?
It's not illegal to call the cops on
Why is it saying
African
that?
Americans.
Why is it saying
They
that?
get potato salad with the raisins. Oh my goodness, the Twitch comments are making me laugh. No raisins in potato salad ever. Don't do that. Just leave raisins out. The only thing that raisins are acceptable for are to be eaten alone, or to be eaten maybe with bread pudding.
I never tried. Yeah, bread pudding. Yes, I never had potato salad with raisins.
If you're putting raisins in anything else other than trail mix, raisins themselves or bread pudding, you're about to fuck up big time.
Like this guy. Let's see.
His friend is actually here.
Yeah, so I'm here to just rob whatever. What, a mailbox?
I'm just asking you for your friend's name.
I don't give a fuck. I don't have to tell you shit.
Oh, see, now he's cussing in front of that kid.
Yeah, he can hear me.
Well, he's angry now.
I know.
Understandably so.
So, where I stand on that is like,
if he's filming this, you want to be on your best behavior.
Exactly. You want to keep your side of the street clean. That's something that my girl tells me all the time. It's like, Larry, if you're in any sort of dispute whatsoever, if you have all proof, like, look, I was doing everything like a normal citizen should be doing. I didn't get hostile, even though I'm the victim.
Yeah.
That helps your case.
Right. It just helps. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have cussed in front of the kid.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Let's keep it humorous, keep it light. This guy ain't ready to swing, so there's no threat here.
Listen to your son. Walk
On the
away.
guy
I'll
filming.
stop this.
Yeah,
I'll stop the recording.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Man, his son. God. All the barbecue, whatever I can do to help that kid in his life.
Yeah.
Even though his dad is being a complete dick right now, that kid has like warmed my heart 10 times over. Just
Is that a
because
YouTube shirt?
Hi,
What are
Kathy.
you wearing?
Told you.
I love you, baby.
Go now.
It took you so long to get here.
Daddy, look what you've gotten us and you let me go.
My friend is
Shit! This kid is so funny.
Dad, you hear my friend is handicapped. Oh,
Oh,
I want to
okay.
see this guy swallow a
Give
turd.
me 1
Here it
second
comes.
while you be an asshole to in front of your kid. Okay? Remember, I'm recording you. I'm fucking recording you.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm fucking recording you.
Come on.
Hey, don't use that language in front of children.
Oh my god.
Don't be that example in front of children. How about that?
Jesus. This guy just should apologize,
For
man.
bringing him out here in the first place. I told you, that's his son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the other person black?
Yeah, he's actually
I have
here.
no idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, because what I want to know is
He
like,
refused to identify
Go
that he was
ahead,
here with a
yeah,
person.
yeah.
And now
Look
he's
at you,
filming
look at
me.
you, look at you, look at you.
What's
Look
he
at you.
doing?
Look at you, look at you, look at you.
Stop it.
Stop filming
Look at
me.
you.
Take
No,
your phone
no,
away
no,
from
no.
me.
If you
Take
touch
your
me,
phone
I'll fucking
Take
for
your
your
phone.
kid.
Take your phone away from
Okay,
me.
no, I'm not doing any of that. Now you're going to be now
my God.
now you are online forever.
that
YouTube
the guy right
employee
there?
Chris Cukor calls now. Wow, damn, YouTube catching the L. Got to do them background checks.
All right,
Not
so-
just the background check. Got to do the background check.
I'm gonna read his official statement. Obviously, this dude has got like a lot of
Yeah,
harassment over this, right?
he could have done so many things differently and better.
Let me read this real quick. All
And
right,
we
so
haven't forgotten about the LeVar Ball video. We're gonna pull that up.
let me see this. So I think it's on here.
Look
Daddy, look what you've gotten us into.
That's a meme. That's got to be.
I'll just read this, right? So, First, just some background on the day. He prefaced that sentence with a chance encounter. A chance encounter. This past weekend has upended my life in unexpected ways. Come on, you invited it. Many of you know the parts that you've seen, the video of a conversation that happened outside my home. I like to share some extra details that you cannot trace, basically.
It's okay. I'm willing to listen.
First, some background on that day. I was leaving my building with my child to take him to a friend's house. Like many, oh my God, there's so many stories going on. I live in a building with a security call box and residents in the building count on that security measure. I noticed Wesley Michael caught the door and entered the building without using the call. I did what came naturally and asked where he was going. I want to be clear on this point. This is something I do regularly, regardless of, come on. Seriously, I offered to hold the door open while he used the call box to contact his friend. As I learned later,
already on the phone with the police at that time.
Yeah. So we see this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no extra details you're providing here. Anyways, as I learned later, Wesley was a friend of a guest of a resident in the building. The building resident was not expecting Wesley. See, he's still trying to throw in as if he's in a white. Yeah, like even his friend wasn't expecting him. So when the encounter turned confrontational, I couldn't resolve it myself. I called the police. Come on, we see this in the video. My father was murdered outside his home by a trespasser who he confronted alone. All right. So there's got to be...
Whoa. Hold on.
Go for it.
He just invalidated everything that he just said.
Yes.
With his last statement as support as to why he has that behavior. He says, my father was murdered outside of his place while he confronted a lone trespasser.
Yes.
So your father even...
stood up and
I don't want to disrespect the
right.
I don't know the details.
If there was real fear, you wouldn't be standing there with your child.
To say that like that's how you lost your dad, right? Now you're putting yourself in that exact same scenario. You are confronting somebody outside of your home in the same, I'm assuming the same manner that your father died. So clearly you see that was not the ideal result. Right. You're doing the same thing with your kid there so that your kid can watch that happen to you.
I don't understand.
Nah, dude, that's
where you call horseshit, right?
Just
for my child's safety, my safety, and that of the building, I felt it was necessary to get help in the situation.
For my child's safety.
Don't throw the kid. The kid wanted to leave. You should have left, you idiots.
Dude, that kid, I'm telling you, man. Whatever that kid, whoever that kid is, I promise you, if I ever see you, all the candies, all the whatever you want, Legos, all the barbecue, all the hang out with my family, we will treat you like royalty, kid. You put on for our culture and you didn't even have to, just because you were doing the right thing. And I want that to be what gets spread. I want people to do the right thing. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with, like, if you see us right now, we're kind of attacking the decisions that a white male made. I don't want people to think that we don't like white people. I don't want people to think that we only like minority stuff because Brandon being Asian and myself being black. We just don't like the wrong thing. Yeah. This is a clear example of the wrong thing.
Yeah. It's funny, though. Furthermore, I've encountered trespassers in my building, and we've been robbed several times. This is not uncommon in San Francisco. And the bad actors are all different colors. Okay, this guy, clearly a rainbow lover. I now realize that Wesley was reacting based on his unique history as well. Unfortunately, there's a terrible pattern of people calling the authorities regarding people. He's still saying this. Unfortunately, there's a terrible pattern of people calling the authorities regarding people of color for no. There's so many hypocritical statements going on and actions where it seems like these types of people share, right? It's just, I witnessed my dad getting murdered. All right, so you're fucking Batman. Why would you be confronting people with your child with so much confidence that it wouldn't repeat? Like, it makes I would be in the bushes. Yeah, I would have shocks, like going through my body where I am unable to move because I went through a traumatizing event. I wouldn't be there with my son parading it around like I'm ready. What's next?
You know what? So I spent time in the South, and I'm just going to preface it with that. And the slick racism is actually, I would prefer the slick racism than this. The slick racism is, oh, hey, how you going? How's it doing?
Yeah.
Open the door for you. Yeah. Then they get 20 feet away. Okay, police.
Yeah. Show me the respect.
You know what I mean?
If you're scared, be scared of me.
At least that's safe. Because at least from that standpoint, it's like, I think I saw something suspicious. I'm removed from the situation, and I've called the police. that is better for you being the person who
It makes sense. Like me being a citizen of the world, I can help if you are seeking help through your problem. If you have legitimate fear because of a prior experience and you are somewhat biased in color, it's cooler for you to hide behind the bushes. And if you're ready to talk about it, let's talk about it, rather than be a hero and then have this weird, like, I've gone through the experience, but somehow I don't show any fear in it, and more coming off as like authoritative. Yeah. It's like this gentleman who appears to be, you're black, right? African American, because I don't see colors. And it's the last thing I want to do. So let me finish this statement with what he said, right?
I'm laughing. Like, I know this guy's life is different now, and like he's on the tail end of some shit that he created for himself, and I'm sure it's a shitstorm probably bigger than he thought he would have to deal with.
Yes, it is a certain point of shitstorm that
I still think it's funny.
It's funny,
No one
but
died.
it is, yeah. But no one
died.
like. There's a certain point, it's like it's too much, right? And the internet, if anything, will move on shortly after.
Oh, there'll be another video.
There'll be another video, but like on him, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not like a forever thing for him. because
Kickstand
that
Carl
sucks.
is waiting. You know, Carpool Chris is waiting.
Carpool Chris.
Bowling Alley Bob. Like, oh man.
Is this YouTube Chris? Is that what everyone's calling this guy?
That
Oh man,
probably works.
YouTube. I wonder what YouTube is telling this guy right now. I now realize that Wesley was reacting based on his own unique history, unfortunately, but a terrible pattern of calling authorities regarding people of color for no other reason than their race. There's this way that people speak that they acknowledge and then hypocritically do the same thing
It's
with
but.
the same sentence, right? I know this looks bad. I know where we are.
If you set up a pedestal to immediately tear it down with your next argument,
Yeah.
you did not do anything to defend yourself.
Well, it's like how liars lie, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's not like I'm doing this because of this reason
Look,
X.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people who do this, and a lot
But
of
that's
people
the
that do
first
that.
thing they did. That's
Yeah.
why they kind of denounce it like within a breath, right? It's because they know what they're thinking and they're trying to denounce the very thing that people.
I'm sure we're going to
are
hear
seeing
more from
through.
this. And I think here's the scary part about this, right? There's a lot of people out there who are not very sophisticated and who still believe in good old fashioned ass whooping, so to speak. He's putting himself at risk at running into a lot of people who want to cause him harm now.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing any harm against him, but what I'm saying is, like, his full name has been thrown out there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
His face, like, fully videoed. I'm sure people recognize that apartment building area. Like, he's kind of become, I don't want to say that he is targeted. I'm not wishing any harm or threats, but what I'm saying is, like, that's when I'm saying think about the chess. Think about the other dominoes that fall. Is like, you're filmed. You're in this situation. You lost. You freaking were wrong.
Yeah.
Even if you were right or wrong, how you handled the calling the police could have been done way differently.
Yeah, man.
And you wouldn't have been a meme. You wouldn't have been somebody that, like, if someone sees at the grocery store, hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't want
Anonymous
that life.
calls.
You don't want that life. You don't want that life. And that's the scary part about, I'll say, internet culture right now, is that, like, good Samaritanism on racially sensitive issues, and then finding out that, like, oh shit, I'm a racist now in the world's eyes.
Well,
Your next couple months,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's
oh
tough.
my God, losing your job, losing your friends, getting alien, like, so many bad things happen, and it's like, you put that on the plate before you make your decision.
Yes.
Man. Seriously.
Well, he believes people are good at heart. It's our past experience and fears that cloud even our best intentions. Oh, this guy. I hope Wesley will read this and understand my history as I've tried to understand this. Oh my God. He's writing like a school essay, dude. This is a I fucked up essay. But not really. Because every single action, he's justifying it. Instead of just saying, I'm sorry, I misjudged. There's a lot of things I can work on. And
He learned nothing.
I learned nothing, yeah.
To justify is to say that, like, I did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You have skewed facts. You have a skewed vision of what went down. So let me tell you what you should know and how I was right. Right? Okay, cool. So now when the things happen to you that happen, they're justified. If you even say, like, oh fuck, you know what, guys, look, I'm sorry. I did have this bias. I thought bad of this person, and I did what I thought I should do.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry for the situation that I've caused. I'm so sorry for the damage that person may have gone through before even being in that scenario with me.
Yeah.
I recognize all of these things. I'm sorry I made that decision that day. I felt like I should have. I'll have to do things differently moving forward. Like, man, you could thwart so many bad things just by being sincere about understanding that you fucked something up, and then acknowledging that you did, and then saying that you did, and trying to make up for it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry with action goes a long way in many, even when you think it's unrepairable. At least the respectful thing to do is to acknowledge that, like, yep, I had this part to play. I shouldn't have. I'm really sorry. You know, my son was right, and I'm gonna, do something awesome for my son. Shit, man, I don't know.
No.
I don't want to have to coach people how to do the right thing. You should do the right thing.
Well, it's true, man. A lot of people. It's a weird time right now. Well,
before we go out, can we search for the LeVar Ball? I won't even comment on it. I just want to share.
We'll
I
just
just
watch
want
it.
people
Okay.
to see it. Look, LeVar Ball, are you threatening me?
All right.
And you see that, and then that'll sum it up. We
All
can
right,
send
we'll
it off
sum it
on
up with that. All right.
Yeah, let me.
We go to Larry King while I search it.
So again, context here is just how people like to weaponize the response that they've antagonized. And this is something that I have a huge problem with, both in internet culture, just people in general. Seems like, and I'm not going to throw individuals under the bus or a group of people under the bus or anything like that, but I can clearly say that I see this too often, which is people will antagonize and poke and poke and poke and poke and poke and do these small microaggressions towards somebody who's enduring it, right? And then finally, that person will snap because they feel like they've been acted aggressively towards 50 times. And then the person who did the poking is like, oh my God, I just did this one little thing 50 times in a row. How can you have this response to me? I'm a victim. I can't believe that this person would attack me like this. And it's always hilarious to watch this go down, but I always feel so bad because people weaponize this. Like, people lose jobs, people lose careers, and the other person gets to ride the victim train and like get all this woo 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 support when they created a situation that could have been avoided just by them not being an asshole.
Yeah, it's hard to be confrontational nowadays,
If you look like a monster, it's hard for you to defend yourself.
Exactly.
That's what I feel like.
And it's a natural, especially with talking, dude. If I'm just talking to you, that should be okay. Mm-hmm. Like, discourse and figuring things out is just part of human communication. And if anything that I can say can be used against me in any situation, it's a dangerous game because everyone has their different measures of what's appropriate and what's not. And I think a lot of it comes from ignorance if something is awfully said. But you have to allow people to kind of say it and be able to state why they say it and share their experience of why they said it to be able to work from that and become a better human being, right? Yeah. As soon as you start outlawing, you're creating these separate groups and separate idealistic views. Yeah. And it just creates more hate, man, in my opinion. So let's watch this video. I haven't seen this yet.
This is a classic. Stay in your lane.
All right, let's go to our view right here.
Here we go.
Oh, that's it.
Don't have the talent to overcome this umbrella of LeVar.
That proves a point right there. All three sons, you have kids. How rare is it
I don't
that
think
all
this is the
three
video.
kids want to do the exact same thing?
I think it says stay in your lane right here.
You will start basketball at age 6, like Lonzo told us. And whenever you asked him a question, I think he said, 5
it's
words?
not too familiar.
And he looks terrified whenever he's talking. I asked, have you ever had a disagreement?
Oh, this is like a...
Hold on.
And he said no.
Just scrub your mouth. Like, you don't have to stop playing it. Just let me see if... Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is the lead-in clip before they go back to the clip. All right, we can watch
Everyone at
this.
this table, we know you at one point or another disagree with your parent unless you're afraid to disagree with your parent. And what he saw to me looks like he's terrified to go against anything his father says.
I asked my mother for chocolate breast milk. That's I started disagreeing better.
But I thought it was a good
No, I'm actually saying it as like a point of advice.
I'm not friends with her. I don't even see that. I don't even see it.
I wasn't saying it as like I would never wear this.
What's this show about
saying,
again? Ain't we talking about shoes? I don't want to talk about all that. Next.
Well, I think in order to have a successful company, you're going to have women who like your brand.
Yeah, if you have a women's company. But anyway.
Oh, So you're not marketing to
We're
women.
talking about Big Baller Brand.
Okay, so look,
They wouldn't want to work with you anyway because you don't respect women. So
she's after you today.
Oh, I don't respect
not.
women,
I'm
but
just-
I'm the one that's married. I'm good. Well, she can say what she wants. She's trying to put it. I never disrespect women, but I tell you what,
did
if
on
you
the show
act
today.
if you act like that, guess what? Something's coming to you,
oh,
and it's okay.
Do you think?
are you threatening me?
Oh, see how she tried to turn the words. I would never threaten
You
you.
said something's coming to me.
Oh my God, are you serious?
So here's the reverse context. She had made these very public statements about she thinks that Lonzo Ball or the Ball brothers
abusing
are afraid of their
her
dad,
children,
and
yeah.
she's like
His
calling out
children.
his parenting methods and saying that like they're afraid to tell him the truth or be honest or X,
That's a
Y, and Z.
bold
She has no idea what's
observation.
happening behind the Ball family household. But one thing I know is I think
not the
all the
Jackson
brothers love each
5,
other.
dude.
They love their parents,
Yeah.
and they're
They're all
supportive of that
relative
business.
successful, dude.
Yeah.
They're huge success.
So
Even their youngest one's like, what, high school? And he's
Yeah,
already
he's
having all
rich.
these deals and prospects
So
going
he's
on.
on the show now to promote Big Baller Brand, like you see BBB LeVar Ball,
And being disrespected right now.
and so she's still poking and antagonizing. She was like, "Oh well, you don't respect women." He was like, "You don't. I don't think your brand's going to be successful because you're not focusing on women." And he was like, "Oh well, that's because I don't have a women's brand."
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Like for example, Spanx.
Yeah. It's
What
a
do they do
woman's
for
brand.
me?
Yeah.
What do they do for me?
Yeah.
Right. Big Baller Brand makes XXL, XXL T-shirts.
They're
that are not cut
they're
for
all
women.
80 or 90% men, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Though there are some women, sure, but the huge percentage of that is men.
Dollar
Yeah.
Shave Club.
As he's saying it, it makes sense.
Yeah. So
Plus, like he doesn't have to answer anything to this.
everything that she was
It was
doing
so
was to try
disrespectful
to,
as a
was
guest,
to try
yeah.
to like generate like some sort of very negative reaction.
But that was a quick. Are you threatening me? It's like, why? No, he's saying that if you act shitty to people, shitty things happen
Yeah,
to you. It's
and
like
so-
karma. Yeah.
I think him responding to like watch what happens is like the fact that I'm not looking at you, the fact that I'm not even answering your questions, the fact that I'm here to promote my brand and I'm talking with I think it's Colin Cowherd or whatever or whoever he's talking to. I can't see him off camera.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is the behavior that like I hate the most.
Dude, it's
which
scary
is, like,
right now, dude.
People want to poke and poke and poke and say and do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
And then you like
Check him. Yeah.
fall apart.
It is true. It's
And,
happening.
and then it's my fault.
yeah,
And I'm
verbally,
going to jail.
and then physically.
They get a book
confrontational.
deal.
Yeah.
I get a CNN 60 Minutes interview with my hands locked in an orange jumpsuit.
Let me finish this.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know what it is. I'm not a psychic.
Oh,
What's up, y'all's Papa Long Lake? You see,
That was the end of
Yeah, that's one of the like gold examples of like that attitudey behavior, like poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear. Oh my God, it's a bear. I can't believe the bear was a bear.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah.
that out of nowhere the bear would just do all these things.
Anybody
Jesus Christ, give me a break, man.
in those big baller shoes would react the way he would be upset.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey man, I'm a guest on your show. We had these talking points.
Yeah.
Why am I answering to
In
her?
the green room, you were giving me cookies. You were talking all.
and
you
I'm
know?
sure they were pretty courteous to each other behind the scene. And then she's generating. She knows what she's doing, right? And obviously, even if she feels very strong about him, of a certain way.
Yeah. So as much as a lot of people don't like LeVar Ball, they don't like how he parents, and they don't like his brazen antics.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
like
effective.
that moment right there
Yeah.
resonates on so many levels
Yeah.
that I wanted to just try to give it a little bit more shine and attention, because here on Invisible Walls, it's a podcast about breakthrough growth and development. That kind of stuff is what we don't need out in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need people who like want to bring other people down all the time, who want to attack other people, who think that their microaggressions should just be ignored because they've decided that there's a hierarchy to aggression.
Yeah.
And aggression met with an aggression is actually, sad to say, it's equal,
Yeah.
right? If you do 50 things that are small and the other person does one thing that's big, you may feel like that's unbalanced. But like if you're initiating and somebody responds, you are responsible for a situation that you created, regardless of you being upset that the other person didn't control themselves.
Yeah.
You didn't control yourself.
Dude.
A lot of this can be avoided just
micro,
Yeah.
aggressive. It's all the same. It's aggression, man.
Yeah, it's aggression.
Yeah,
Aggression
so-
is aggression.
yeah, I hate how people like try to like
I was just insulting
tunnel it
his
down.
mom.
It's just a little.
Just making fun. I was just bullying him for weeks and weeks and weeks. I didn't expect that he was.
I don't appreciate your microaggression, man.
Yeah, every teases him when he comes in the classroom.
It's like
this is nothing new. We always tease Gip.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when I talk about his mom and he punched me in the face, he's got to get suspended. That's not fair.
Yeah, man. It's I think it all goes. Any type of growth is self growth, man.
Yeah.
You got to look internally, and if you have an issue with someone else, it's most likely you inside trying to figure something out. More so about the other person. You shouldn't let another person affect you that much. Period. Ever. Because you don't have any control over that.
Yeah.
And the moment that you try to take control of that, it's gonna bust up in your face like that. Because ultimately you don't get the final say on what people do or say, and you shouldn't stress about that, because that's not a way to live life. That's not a way to kind of handle your own career path or anything like that. That's why I like how what we're doing is within our control, because anything to blame is towards ourselves. And I like looking at life in that way, because I find it to be a lot more pleasing. And again, just having a say in my life, right? So it's the same with dealing with other people. You just got to be careful out there, guys. If you see a perpetrator, possibly, stay the fuck away. It makes no sense. I will engage. She's like, what? I will engage with my son.
Show me on the call log where your friend lives.
Why?
What is their full name?
Silly. Because my dad died the same exact way that I'm doing. What is going on? We're in the upside down, bro. What do you mean?
I demand. He hasn't identified himself.
He appears to be happy. What is going on?
Okay. All right, guys. Everyone in the comments, everybody watching, thanks for sticking with us through another episode of Invisible Walls. We love doing this podcast. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. We want to help people's feelings. So hopefully you got something out of this.
Yes. Again, we are on Monday and Wednesdays live on twitch.tv/blue_champs. We bring on experts. We also analyze what's going on that's trending, to break it down, to provide breakthroughs for all you out there. If you are watching any second of this on our youtube.com/bluechamps, you're able to hit over there, obviously, to rewind and watch everything else.
The YouTube guy's lucky.
Oh, actually, youtube.com/bluechamps is our other show. Invisible Walls is youtube.com/invisible walls. It's its own channel.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody. Feel free to become a Twitch Prime subscriber. Support us directly on our patreon.com/bluechamps. And we'll see you next week.